CryptoSLO with more crypto games. What's going on, guys? Good morning. So, title of today's video: DAPPS are not investments, they're games. So, this is kind of a reaction article to the big article posted on one of the super nodes. I'm not going to specify which one it was, but basically calling out, saying like almost all DAPPS are scams. And my response to that is twofold. Number one, it's not that they're scams, they're games. If you play a game, you can win or you can lose. And when people throw the word investment around with DAPPS, just understand, if you're new to DAPPS, they're games. It's no different than, your iPhone and you playing Mafia Wars or whatever, and there's in-app purchases. I could correlate like a game like that, like Mafia Wars, to Goo, okay? Mafia Wars over here, Goo over here. If you want to make more Goo, you drop some more TRX. If you want a bigger boss or whatever the game does on your iPhone, you buy upgrades. What are those upgrades? Those upgrades cost real money. Just as the same in Goo, if you use your TRX has value, but you're trying to win the game. So just keep that in mind. These DAPPS are games. I wouldn't put it past that in a year or two, there's going to be games that are crypto driven, that have in-app purchases on your mobile, and you can spend Digibyte, TRX, whatever, IOST, and use it right on your phone. So don't be fooled. Now, are there things which have just totally collapsed and they were like evil games to begin with? Absolutely, definitely. There's been, I'd say, 5 or 10% exit scams where A, the website is shut down, B, the contract which contains the TRX is drained through a back door. Just, multitude of things. But that's the risk of playing the game. It's kind of like going to the arcade and your quarter gets stuck in the machine. Guess what? You may or may not get that quarter back. So, these DAPPS are not investments. So get that out of your head. If you have TRX and you like playing games, or IOST and you like playing games, or ONT and you like playing games, play the games. If you're using your rent money to play games, that's no different than you getting on your iPhone and hitting in-app purchases on Castle Warriors or whatever and upgrading your castle because you think it's going to be indestructible and you're going to win whatever. It's not going to happen, Now, DAPPS, unfortunately, some people are spinning that Tron has become this platform for people to perpetuate these bad investments, but they're games. And the reality is, a lot of they're not investments. So let's just get that off the table. Some of these are bad games where you can't win. And here's the thing: as you play games, you get smarter and you understand how to play the game better. I posted that video, how to get started with DAPPS, if you haven't seen that one. You have to be in the Telegram. These DAPPS are changing every 2 or 3 weeks, and the game is changing, the game is changing. So if you don't keep up with the game, you're not going to win, all right? If you blindly go in on something and you haven't been around, I wouldn't even play the game if you haven't already been involved in other games. because, you know, call it DApp experience. Once you're experienced in DApps, you start to learn what the objectives are and the incentives and the psychology behind it. And they're fun. They're super fun. And this is just an evolution period for Tron. I mean, like I said, who knows what business, what kind of business ideas or concepts are going to evolve out of Tron. I mean, the fact is, it's an amazingly fast mechanism for transferring value. And with the USDT, or whatever you want to call it, US Tron Tether coin coming, you're going to see amazing things out of Tron. So I think with Tether coming to the TRC20 platform, it's actually a really good thing, because this is going to open up a lot of business opportunities for true investments, because you'll be able to transfer peg to value, which is going to be awesome for the network. So I only expect fantastic things to come out of the US, the Tether Tron collaboration. It should be pretty awesome. But once that is issued on the Tron network, the speed of the Tron, the 1 to 2 second confirmations, it's going to be a fantastic payment mechanism that's instantaneous in its peg to value. That's something to think about. That's something to think about. That's going to be huge. You know, if I owe my buddy $5, I can send it instantly, you know. Now, yeah, that's a whole other video. But anyways, back to what we were talking about. DApps are not investments. Get that out of your head. They're games. If you like playing games, play the DApps. If you don't, you know, it's them putting this negativity out there is kind of like calling all crypto a scam. There are bad cryptos that don't have a development team. But I mean, if you don't do any research on it, then, you know, you may buy a bag of bad tokens or coins. I mean, you know, that's what it is. That's the game, you know. But just keep that in mind when you're playing these DApps, and you'll be all right. And kind of a side thought, if you do start to be successful with DApps, right, create some kind of savings plan. You know, if you are getting some divs back and you're winning the game, save 10%. You know, create a second wallet, move 10% into that wallet every day or every couple days if you do win. That way you're not just spending all of your stack, and then if something happens, you have nothing. Where if you lose the game, at least you'll have a little stack to go home with. So, anyways, that's today's thought. This is CryptoSLO. If you're not talking games,